Hi there. It's been a while. So, throughout these entire months, I've been grinding on the ladder, been doing the events, especially with the recent Duelist Cup, and so far I've went against a lot of interesting opponents. And one opponent in particular, I had the pleasure of going against someone who used Maxx on me, and Maxx being a very staple card of this meta so far, I kind of felt that I could play against it, but little did I know, it led to my downfall. So let's see exactly what just happened. And as always, I'll be playing Endymion, good old magician people. And so I'll fast forward my turn, and I'm going against the presumption that you already know how Endymion works, so I won't bore you with all those facts. So, over here, this is where I started getting the engine running, and hopefully I would be able to get everything out onto the field. And right over here, at this instance, they started playing Maxx. And TLDR for all those people who haven't seen or played against Maxx, it's essentially every time someone special summons monsters onto the field, you get to draw one card. And so as you can see, every time I special summon something, they draw one card. My mindset into this game was essentially, how many negates can I put onto the field so that whatever they put, I'd be able to get rid of. And so this is exactly what I've been doing. So far right now I have one monster negate, this being my mythical beast Jackal King. But sooner or later, at the end of this round, you'll see how many negates I get out onto the field. And so I get out Selene, which will let me resurrect my Endymion. They try to counter it with infinite impermanence, which would essentially be negating one card, but since it's a quick effect, I was still able to get out my Endymion. And because I had no use for Selene anymore, I just got out another monster negate, being Obelisk. So as you can see, everything's essentially being put onto the field. At this moment, for the rest of this turn, I'm just trying to draw as much cards as I can so that I can at least have some sort of way to thin out my deck. And going over this board, as you could see, I have 3 monster negates, one being Appaloosa, and the other 2 being my mythical beast Jackal King. I also have 2 spell/trap negates, being my Mighty Master, and Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, being my Omni negate. Now, looking over this board, I thought to myself, there's absolutely no way my opponent would be able to destroy everything. But I forgot, there was one card that could ruin everything. So let me just slow this down so I can show you the demise and all that stuff I felt. So they used Harpy Feather Duster, and oh no, Forbidden Droplet. And at this moment, I knew it was over for me. So Forbidden Droplet is a card where you can get rid of cards in your hand and field up to the amount of cards that your opponent has, and they can't use those cards against it. And since I let them draw essentially half their deck, they could get rid of trap, spell, monster. And so I pretty much was screwed at that point. And so seeing this person got out an Exceed monster, attacked, I thought to myself, oh gosh, is this what I'm thinking? And yes, it is Zeus. And Zeus could get rid of everything because I can't do anything about it. I can't use my spells, I can't use my monster effects. And so this was pretty much game set for me. So going over this duel, I thought to myself, if I went against someone like this in the future, what's one way I could counteract against this? And I do know that after analyzing this duel multiple times, I see that I have Chicken Game in here, I have Necro Valley in here. In this version of the deck, I actually ran Secret Village of the Spellcasters, which is a card where if you have Spellcasters on your field and your opponent does not, then they can't use spell cards. My opponent was playing Life Twins, and so most of them are essentially Fiend cards, so if I was able to draw that and play it, they wouldn't have been able to play Harpy Feather Duster or Forbidden Droplet. So at the end of this, I just knew maybe next time, don't go too greedy into this sort of duels. But you live and you learn. Thanks again, and as always, take care.